And welcome Adelaide, Sydney and Brisbane to 10's telecast of the Australian Cup. There's a magnificent crowd at this famous Flemington course, and they cheered when Bone Crusher and Vo Rogue came out onto the track. Vo Rogue is still favourite with bookmakers. Bone Crusher has been a steady second favourite, and there's been good money for Cossack Warrior and Orthal. Orthal cost $7.3 million as a yearling. Bone Crusher cost $3,200, and Vo Rogue at 11 months of age costs $5,000. Orthal is owned by the richest and most successful owner in racing, Sheikh Mohammed. Cossack Warrior by the famous Robert Sangster, and Vo Rogue and Bone Crusher, well, they're owned by battlers in comparison. It's going to be a wonderful race. Last year Bone Crusher got up to beat At-Talak right on the line, and today's race has eclipsed the build-up to that. The only other build-up I can remember that was anything like this was the Cox Plate in 1986 with our Waverley Star and Bone Crusher, but this is even bigger. The Crusher versus Vo Rogue, and Melbourne and the whole of Australia has really warmed to this event. And let's welcome New Zealand and Melbourne as well, as Bone Crusher goes into the barrier for the Australian Cup. So where you're watching all around Australia, I know you're going to be as excited as we are here. Two wonderful horses. Bone Crusher has had 12 starts at this distance or further for 11 wins and 1/3, and that was the day that all was not well in the Rawson Stakes. Vo Rogue has broken track records at his last 3 starts. There's King of Brooklyn, Cossack Warrior in the Sangster colours, Dandy Andy, Bahrain, in goes Vo Rogue, and the last couple, Orthal, the $7 million pony from Ireland, and Island Spy. The Bone Crusher's drawn 1. Bone Crusher has drawn 1, and Vo Rogue has drawn barrier 6. They're just about set. Light on, racing. Crowd roar. Cossack Warrior back last. Bone Crusher away reasonably well. Stewart's going to kick up and make Vo Rogue work early. Vo Rogue straight to the front. Bone Crusher or Thalaway well. Then Bahrain, King of Brooklyn, Island Spy, 2 to Dandy Andy and Cossack Warrior. Well, the Vo's in front as we expected as they go up to the mile. He's 2 lengths to Orthal, the Irish horse, 1 to Bone Crusher, the rail. 3/4 Island Spy, a half Bahrain, 1 to Cossack Warrior. A half to King of Brooklyn and 1 length away Dandy Andy. Now he races away Vo Rogue at the 1400. This is the way he's been doing it in all his big wins. He's out 6 lengths to Bone Crusher. Orthal on his outside, 1.5 lengths Bahrain. A half length away Island Spy, 1 to Cossack Warrior, the rail. A half King of Brooklyn and 2 lengths away Dandy Andy. They've gone past the 1200 and he's run 47 seconds, Vo Rogue, so he's fairly flying in front. Led 6 lengths Orthal and Bone Crusher together, he's 2 dangers. 3 to Bahrain, 1 to Island Spy, a length away Cossack Warrior. 1 to Dandy Andy and ahead King of Brooklyn. 800 to go in the Cup. Vo Rogue 4 in front, he's starting to ask Bone Crusher, Orthal the outside. Bahrain's already under pressure, Island Spy's under the whip and so's Cossack Warrior. 2 to Dandy Andy as the crowd roar and 3 to King of Brooklyn. Vo Rogue, has he gone out too hard? Small gave him a crack with a whip. He's 4 lengths in front into the straight. Bone Crusher's under the whip. Then Orthal, Bahrain. Vo Rogue's got an almighty lead. Then Cossack Warrior and Dandy Andy. 300 to go. They're not going to get this superstar. Vo Rogue's about 8 lengths in front of Dandy Andy. Bone Crusher can't get to him in Bahrain. At the distance, Dandy Andy's running on. Vo Rogue's 4 in front. Dandy Andy's getting to him. Vo Rogue's 2 in front. Dandy Andy's flying. He will get him. Here's a boil over in the Cup. Dandy Andy and Brent Tops has got up to beat Vo Rogue. 3rd Bone Crusher. Bahrain, Island Spy, Cossack Warrior, Orthal and King of Brooklyn.
Well, what do you say? Gee whiz, if ever there's been so much money, a $500,000 race won, and won to all intents and purposes on the turn into the straight where he went possibly 8 lengths in front. I don't know how he could possibly be run down, but he's been run down by Dandy Andy, who last time, his best run ever was in the Cox Plate where he ran 4th, but to come along and do that is unbelievable.
Well, Vogue, I said he was home, the super horse, and if I saw it again, I'd say it again, because he was 8 lengths in front, and he was flying in front, but here's Dandy Andy, and about now you could see there was a little danger. Bone Crusher was beaten, Big Red could do no more, Bahrain was in front of him, and Vogue Smalls had to produce everything here. Dandy Andy's flying, Vogue's paddling, and the impossible has happened. Vogue's been picked up by Dandy Andy. He's gone straight past him, Brent Thompson. Vogue, who's a great fighter, could find no more today. And Dandy Andy has gone on to win the Australian Cup. Vogue second. There's Jeff Perry. He might be able to talk to us right now.
That's all.